welcome to the ID Talk podcast. My name is Peter Counter and I am the editor-in-chief of Fine Biometrics, which is reporting live from New York this week at the ISC East Security Conference. Our own Doug O'Gordon is on the exhibition floor speaking to the leading biometrics and identity vendors at the show, getting a read on the pulse of our dynamic and rapidly evolving industry. In this special episode, O'Gordon speaks to Dale Kougel, Vice President, Professional Services and Customer Success at Alcatraz AI, a computer vision company known in our industry for its biometric facial recognition solutions. Kougel gives us a rundown of Alcatraz's The Rock solution before diving into the advantages of the technology's Amazon Web Services functionality and weighing in on the big highlights of 2021. It's a fascinating conversation about biometric security, so without further ado, here is Fine Biometrics' Doug O'Gordon in conversation with Alcatraz AI's Dale Kougel directly from ISC East.
Hi, Fine Biometrics listeners. Doug O'Gordon, Content and Media Strategy Manager. I'm here with Dale Kougel, VP Professional Services and Customer Success at Alcatraz AI. Dale, how are you?
Hey, great, Doug. Thanks so much for having us on today.
Yeah, we're live at ISC East in New York City. And Dale, what are you showcasing at the show?
So today we're showing our ROC, which is our autonomous access control platform, kind of the key component. And it encompasses not only your standard multi-factor biometrics, if you want to do your face as your credential plus a badge for two-factor, or maybe you just want to do face only for easy access. But we also incorporate a couple of other cool features like tailgating and unauthorized entry notifications. We can also do video to your VMS system. So with multiple sensors on the device, analyzing all of the space around a door and being able to report on and act on in an autonomous fashion what actions are happening there to make the correct outputs.
Great. So lots of different solutions for one hard piece of hardware.
Exactly. We can kind of fill the space of, what typically would be a pure biometric access control play, but also bring in the video component, also bring in the unauthorized entry, intrusion type components, all from a single device, utilizing the AI to analyze that space around the door.
Very neat. We've only been at the show for half a day, but what are your impressions of the show floor, the people? What's your feedback?
It's the first time I've been back in New York since March, and it's like it's back to normal. It's great. There's a lot of people. The restaurants are open. The floor has been very, very busy. We've been very happy. Actually, haven't had a chance to walk around much of the floor yet because we've had really good just people coming through our booth pretty much since the time it opened this morning. So we've been very happy with the turnout this week.
Awesome. Good to see things are getting back to normal.
Exactly.
Alcatraz's technology makes use of the Amazon Web Services platform. What are the advantages of that compatibility, and how can it help businesses make the upgrade to biometrics?
Sure, that's a great question. So we've got actually a couple of options, and doing a hosted hardware as a service utilizing the Amazon Web Services is one of the options we have for customers who don't want to deal with that infrastructure on their sites and scalability. It works great if you need to deal with potentially GDPR compliance in different countries. It's very easy to pop up another instance of the AWS platform, and then you can have a very self-contained system just as a country-by-country basis. So that gives us great scalability, great security for the things that we offer our customers. And in addition to that, we can also, if customers don't want to utilize a third party's cloud system, we can put it in their own AWS instance as well, or even provide an on-prem solution for customers who maybe just want to keep everything in their own racks. So across the board, it gives us great amount of options and scalability.
Neat. Lots of things going on in that little box that you have.
Yes, yeah, and the box itself, one of the cool differentiators we have is that the ROC, the device that goes out the door that does all those features, everything gets processed on the ROC itself. So you have the Amazon Web Services or a server someplace to distribute templates and to kind of manage the system as a whole. But all of the authentication, all of the analytics, all of that is happening on the ROC itself right there at the door. So it's very, very fast. There's not other components that have to get in the way. The ROC can see the scene around it, make authentications and determinations, and send those directly to the access control system. If your network goes down, the server goes down, the ROC can sit there and just keep on cranking people through the system and doing those analytics.
Doesn't lock anybody out then?
As long as you have access, it'll continue letting you in even with the networks down or the servers are down. So it keeps functioning with your access control system right there locally.
All right, last question. We're working on our 19th annual year in review. It comes out the end of this year, beginning of next year, and it's research on all modalities across all vertical markets. What are some of the success stories that you've had this year you could share with us that you'd like to present in our research?
Yeah, so we found some really good success as a lot of companies are starting to work on their return to work plans and bringing people back into the office space. They've been addressing a lot of the no touch, making it frictionless. We've seen a lot of turnstile applications as being something that has really been the last 6 months kind of a growth area for us, is the number of folks that just want to look for that frictionless, easy, customers can get through their turnstiles into their buildings as they go back to work in a quick, easy fashion. In addition to kind of your normal higher security applications, of course, data centers and IDF closets and that sort of thing has always been kind of a two-factor biometric space. But we are seeing a lot more of that frictionless access, allowing people to get into secure locations quickly and easily.
Nice. Have a great show, man.
Hey, thanks again.
I'm glad to hear that things are coming back to normal and you're having a great show here and the traffic's good.
Yeah, it's great to be back in the city and see it back to life again.
Yeah. What's the last thing? What's the best way to get a hold of you if somebody wants to reach you?
Alcatraz.ai. You can go to our website, of course. And I'm Dale at Alcatraz.ai if you want to reach out to me directly.
Great. Thanks, man. Have a great show.
Yep. Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it.
And so concludes our interview with Dale Kougel, Vice President Professional Services and Customer Success at Alcatraz AI. For more information on the topics discussed in this episode, visit alcatraz.ai. And for more live event coverage of ISC East, stay tuned to findbiometrics.com. Thank you again to Dale for joining us on this episode, and thank you to Doug O'Gordon for conducting the interview. Our podcast theme music is by Logomrad. I have been your host, Peter Counter. Thank you for listening to the ID Talk podcast.